Hi guys, welcome to the Colour Cave. My name is Jem and I like to play with art stuff. Look what I have. I am intrigued by this month's box because it was delayed, and the hint that we got from the cool dudes at Scrawlrbox, my dog keeps bringing me this blinking tennis ball. What to play with the ball, and it's two dogs, it's not just one, it's two dogs. Ready, go! Yeah, so the guys at Scrawlrbox did let everyone know that the box was going to be a little bit late this month because one of the items that was coming in the box was delayed from the supplier. They did think about sending the box without that particular item, but apparently it makes up the bulk of the box. So I'm thinking there is something here that's maybe in different colours or something like that. That is the only clue that I have. So I'm going to go and split the sides and take the tape off, and then we shall get going. That's so off-putting. That's so off-putting. Honestly. As per, I have split the tape round the sides just to make it a bit easier for me to get into the box. I also have beside me here my little tester book that I use to see what all this cool stuff in these boxes can do. So without any more fanfare, let's get going. Ooh. For those of you that aren't familiar with Scrawlrbox, there are a few things that come in it every month. The first is a piece of inspired artwork which has used the supplies that come in the box, and this is really, really cute and slightly whimsical. On the back it tells you about the artist and also gives you some information on their social media as well, so if you're interested in them you can go and check out more of their stuff. The picture normally fits in with the prompt that comes in every box as well, which is called the Scrawler Challenge, and the idea is that you use the supplies in the box to create a picture surrounding that particular prompt. I'm quite strict when I do it, and I do the Scrawler Challenge every month and post it up here on YouTube. I only use the supplies in the box because it makes it more interesting. Most of the time the featured artists have used other media as well, and it's quite apparent when you look at their artwork that they haven't confined themselves to the contents of the box. So that is very cute. I really like this. It's different. I like it. Ooh. We usually get a supply of paper as well. Now this is interesting. This paper is so, it's very thin and it's very silky, which suggests to me this might be marker paper. And there are 1, 2, 3 sheets of that. Now let's get into the meat of this bad boy. Come on. Oh well, we're well wrapped this time. Alright, so as per in the box as well, we have our Scrawlrbox sticker to stick wherever you would like to stick it. And we have this sort of bookmark which lists the details of the items that are in the box, and on the other side is the prompt. So this month's Scrawler Challenge prompt is woodland creatures. If I just refer back to this, that is quite an interesting take on that prompt. It's definitely woodland creatures, maybe not creatures we would be familiar with though. Right. Every month as well you also get a sweet, and this is a Swizzles, looks like a boiled sweet. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. The last couple of sweets have been awesome. This not so much, but I'm sure we can still dispose of it, shall we say. Oh look, a Pigma Micron pen. I have lots of these. This one, it says PN on it. I wonder what PN stands for. I'm just looking to see if there's a nib size on it, and there isn't. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's not a fine liner. It reminds me of one of the B-roll or beryl, depending on how you want to pronounce it, handwriting pens. It's a sort of fibre nib that's on it. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Well, obviously you can still draw with it. There's nothing stopping you, you know. I can't really create any different line thicknesses. It's pretty standard. You get a slightly thicker line there, but not much. Okay, that's not very exciting if I'm perfectly honest. Okay, next. Oh yay, a jelly roll, a white jelly roll. I have a few of these already as well. I'm just going to switch over to the back here where I have some spare black paper to test it out. Yeah, this is one of my favourite. I have tried a few different brands of gel pen, and I have to say that this is by far my favourite. Alrighty, so that's pretty par for the course as well. And then we have a pack of something. I am rubbish at getting into boxes. As I suspected, marker pens. That's a pretty set of colours. Let's get these tipped out. Spectra AD markers. And we have a terracotta colour, soft coral, cherimoya green, is that how you would pronounce that? Cherimoya? I don't know. Chartreuse, and also a blender as well. Let's take a look at these nibs and see what's what. One thing I like about these already is that the caps have these indents in them, which just makes it easier to pull off. So we have a chisel tip, which is pretty standard procedure for markers. And oh, we have a brush nib. Oh, I'm excited. I am actually excited. When it comes to markers, I am a huge fan of the brush tips, which is why I have a set of chameleon markers, and I also use Copic markers, and I almost exclusively use the brush tip ends. So let's have a go with these colours and see what we can get out of them. So that was the chartreuse, and that's quite nice. Soft coral. It's quite delicate. They are very delicate colours. I don't know how that's going to help me with woodland creatures right enough, but we shall see. Terracotta. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I would say is more of a woodland creature colour. I think of owls and foxes and that sort of idea. Pheasants. Cherimoya green. Oh, I have to say, oh, I love that shade of green. Oh, that is almost identical to the colour of my wedding theme, and that is the colour of my bridesmaid's dress. How nice is that? The brush nibs are lovely. They're just the right level of soft. You know, there's enough give in them to let you kind of go to town with them, but they're not soft that they're going to, you know, you're not going to have any control over them, so that's quite nice. So I'm interested to see now, again, this probably isn't the best paper to test on. I'm going to take one of these. Seeing as I have 3 sheets, I'm going to take one of these, probably the really crinkled one that's got damaged in the box, and move this out the way. And I'm going to see if I can do a bit of blending with the blender pen. Let's try with the chisel tip. Oh wow, that's like next to nothing on that paper. Let's grab this bit. But I have to say there isn't much of, oh goodness me, there isn't much of an odour off of these, which for markers is a astounding. Yeah. Okay, that's a reasonable blend. I'll take that. Now that was wet. I'm now going to put down some of this marker and wait for it to dry. I can hear that squeaking on the paper. Ah. That's the brush tip. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry and see what the blending is like with the colourless blender after the ink is actually dried. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to have a look at the contents of this box on the list. Spectra Add markers, twin tip alcohol markers. So they are alcohol markers. They certainly don't smell terribly alcohol-y, which is nice. It does say that they are less odour than traditional markers, so that's good. The Pigma Micron drawing pen. This is apparently a drawing pen. The same Pigma Micron quality and archival ink that artists love, but in a more durable plastic nib. Yeah, okay, which is why it's PN, Micron PN, plastic nib. How exciting. How terribly exciting. The nib offers a smooth drawing experience with a fine to medium line width, which can be achieved depending on pressure applied. Really? Light pressure? Heavy pressure. Oh, okay. Okay, happier now. Yeah, that's better. I like that. Now that I know how to use it. Duh. And okay, we have Jelly Roll Classic White, which is bold. Yep, okay. Use it for accents, top of colours, and bright highlights and tonal drawings. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of standard fare. Let's see if this is dried now. Yeah, okay, let's try with the blender pen again and see if we can get these two. You can see I have made like quite a solid line there between the two colours. Oh wow. Interesting. Okay, so it does work on... Just try and take some of this colour off. It does work on the dry ink. And what I'm seeing just from that sort of first layer, I'll zoom in a little bit here. It has sort of bleached out some of the colour, and you could probably work at that. I mean, you can see me doing it there. It's actually just lifting the colour off as opposed to actually blending it. But I dare say you can go back in and sort of smooth that out a little bit. Okay. The release of the ink from these markers is very generous. I would actually go as far as to say as I find them slightly wet, and I think I get on better blending them with the actual markers rather than that colourless blender. Just making sure that I'm wiping off any of the excess colour here. They are very, very wet. I would say using high quality marker paper would be the key to using these markers. Now this is an interesting box. I think we can certainly say that. However, I am not entirely sure how the heck I'm going to create something for the Scrawler challenge. This is a really limited colour palette, and much to my disgust, as has happened on previous occasions many times before, I have no pencil. And as we all know by now, when Gem doesn't have a pencil in the colour cave, things can go terribly, terribly wrong. It's interesting that this paper here, it's a sort of mixed media paper in this little book, and I actually feel like the marker has taken better on this paper than it has on the marker paper. It looks very grainy. I just want to see if you can see this on the camera. Can you see the little speckles in that sort of pink area just in here? It's not a texture that I would be particularly happy having. I wonder if the other ones are the same. Like, yeah, a little bit in the green as well. And yet when I tried them on here, there is absolutely nothing. So that might be a lesson to learn as well. The fact that it seems to cope quite well. You know, the ink seems to sit quite well on mixed media paper as well as the marker paper. Oh, my little brain's turning away already. Interesting stuff. Okay, so let's have a quick recap then. I'll just plonk this out the way. So in our May Scrawlrbox we have the following. 3 sheets of very smooth marker paper, which I would just like to point out. It does tell you down right at the very bottom here. Bleed proof marker layout paper 75 GSM. This is a lightweight marker paper. And you can use it with confidence that the colours will not bleed through to the back. Debatable. Hope you can see that. I would say that's bleed through. I think someone's telling us lies. Anyway, yes, so 3 sheets of marker paper, lightweight marker paper, should I say. Our beautiful artwork from our featured artist, which I have to say is probably one of my favourites. Yeah, I think it might be, so far anyway. Scrawler sticker. Sweet. Description of items in box, plus our prompt, which is woodland creatures. Our Pigma PN pen. PN. And our set of Spectra Ad or Spectra AD markers, which has the colourless, come on camera, colourless blender, number 75 terracotta, 123 soft coral, 42 chartreuse, and 421, I'm going to say Cherimoya green. If anybody wants to correct me and I'm saying that wrong, you know what to do, put it in the comments. Alright then, I think I'll pop these back in their little box. The white jelly roll pen. And there you have it. That is this month's Scrawlrbox. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Gem likes the thumbs up. Feel free to comment about anything in the box below. I'll also leave a link to the Scrawlrbox website in the description so that if you fancy having a Scrawlrbox of your own, you can check that out. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed this video, you can always subscribe to the channel. I do put out 2 videos a week, once on a Monday and once on a Friday. And I like to include things on adult colouring, supplies, and a little bit of my own drawing as well every now and then, just to keep everybody happy. So hopefully we'll see you next time in the Colour Cave. Bye guys!